time before taking on the Rockets. They avoid being on the Thunder side of the bracket if that's something that interests you to stay away from that matchup. The loser, they'll have to play an elimination game on Friday against the winner of the Mavericks and the Kings game, and even if they win that, they start the playoffs just one day of rest against the Thunder on Sunday. So who better to break it all down with than our senior NBA insider, Shams Charania. Even if they win that, they start the playoffs just one day of rest against the Thunder on Sunday. So who better to break it all down with than our senior NBA insider, Shams Charania, our senior writer, Brian Windhorst, and a three-time champ. You are in. You get to play the Houston Rockets, lose, and we just laid out everything that you have to face. So what is tonight going to come down to?
Steph Curry. Chef's got to cook. And with back against the wall, we all know that as Golden State goes, Steph Curry, as Golden State goes, it's off Steph. The energy that he brings, the offenses, all the attention that he gets, it unlocks the other guys. As Steph Curry goes, Golden State will go tonight.
I'm not sure there's been a better one-game player in the last 10 years in the NBA than Jimmy Butler. You know, LeBron's got a case. Some other guys got a case. Jimmy Butler tonight, how he feels on that leg that he got that contusion on just 2 days ago, they're going to rely on him. You say that the Warriors have a bad record in the play-in. Jimmy has a great record in the play-in. They need Jimmy Butler tonight to give them a big performance.
It's a small sample size, but we were talking about Jimmy Butler as potentially the greatest play-in player of all time. Maybe him and Trae Young have a case to be in that conversation, but he needs to be healthy to do that. And we saw it. We're going to show you video right now, actually, of Steph Curry this morning getting warmed up. He has a brace on his hand. You can see he hurt it in a previous game here, so he's going to need to be playing through some pain. There's that video we mentioned, as well as Jimmy Butler, Shams. We saw him knock knees at the end of the final game of the regular season against the Clippers. What can you tell us about their statuses tonight?
Malika, Stephen Curry is in. He's playing with that wrap. A Golden State Warriors source told me it's good enough for him to play on. It's healthy enough for him to play on. He's got that right thumb sprain. He's re-aggravated a few times this year. But Jimmy Butler is the bigger thing. And this is playoff time. This is playoff Jimmy in a lot of ways. If this were a regular season game, doubt he plays tonight. More from Steph. I mean, Brian, to your point, that even last playoff run, Jimmy Butler played 3 quarters with a grade 2 MCL sprain. Like, that is unheard of for him to do that against Philadelphia last year in the play-in game. And this is why they brought him. He is tough. This is what he does. This is a regular season game. Again, he's probably not playing.
When you think of toughness, when you think of grit, certainly Jimmy Butler is the player that comes to mind. But importance, it's Steph Curry. As we just heard, he's going to be playing through a little bit of discomfort, but he's going to give it a go. And the Memphis Grizzlies, they remember the last time they saw Steph Curry. He exploded for 52 points. How can they slow him down here, UD?
I mean, they got to top block Steph. You got to keep him from getting the ball. You got to stay in between him and the ball, obviously. And make everything tough for him. So we're going to get into it right now.
Let's do it. This is a job for the big board.
Let's get into it right now. I'm a defensive guy. I love this. How do we stop the other players on the other team? Right now, you see Steph on that baseline right now. You see Josh taking that top side. He's in between Steph and the ball. He's going to push him away. So nothing Steph does is easy, even before he gets the ball. He cuts baseline. You see Josh goes over the screen and meets him on the other side, so he has a body on to keep Steph from going back there on that baseline. One adjustment I think that Golden State will make is to try to keep Steph off that baseline. If you keep him off that baseline, you're allowed to go backdoor and exploit those matchups. You see their top lock? You keep him off that baseline. Now he can take that backdoor cut and exploit that. He exploits it. Edey does a good job of recovering. He passes the ball. Now he knows he has a big on him. This is his world. This is not Edey's world. We got Zach Edey in my world right now. I'm going to dribble a little bit. I'm going to dance a little bit. I have no intentions on driving the ball. I just want to lull you to sleep so I can put this in your eye real quick. Take that with you. We're getting back on defense now. Now we talk about Draymond, who's being the basketball player and has the IQ. You're top blocking Steph as soon as he comes across half court. This could be a good defensive play, but you have a great, smart basketball IQ in Draymond who pulls up for the 3. So if I'm Golden State tonight, I try to keep Steph Curry off that baseline as much as possible, give him the option to go back door and exploit those top blocks.
When you see what he did in that final meeting, those 52 points, that is what the Memphis
know that the Warriors have struggled. That will be in their head a little bit.
Yeah.
You can get ahead early on them. Let them think about it. The Grizzlies have a great opportunity. As bad as things have gone for them for the last 2 months, here's a moment where you can deliver a grand performance that can change the momentum here. And that does come down to Ja. They have other guys who can make serious contributions. I just had Jaren Jackson Jr. all over my awards ballot that I just put in. He's been their most consistent player, but this really is a great opportunity for Ja to reverse the narrative the last 3-4 years.
I agree with you, Wendy. To piggyback off what you said, it's never been a question on Ja's talent. It's never been a question what he can bring to the table as a basketball player. Can he lead these guys when their backs against the wall, adverse circumstances? Has he taken that step? If they can get through Golden State tonight, he's checked that box and he continues to move on to being a superstar that he's capable of being.
We've already seen a coaching change for the Memphis Grizzlies down the stretch of the season that shocked so very many people. It seems like there's some conversations, hard conversations that are happening within the organization. Shams, could the outcome of the season at all affect Ja's upcoming extension?
He's eligible for a 2-year contract extension. That will be a conversation. But, Malika, the real focus for the Grizzlies is Jaren Jackson, his contract extension. He is eligible for a 4-year deal this offseason. The Grizzlies have emphasized as an organization that he is really their nucleus. They're key to everything that goes on there. Ja Morant earlier this season went as far as saying Jaren Jackson Jr. is the franchise. So his new deal is the focus for the Grizzlies this summer, and he's someone that's going to be in the All-NBA ballots. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. It seems every single year he is competing for awards from All-NBA to Defensive Player of the Year, and he's really been the stabilizing force for this Grizzlies organization.
I cannot wait for tonight's game. We know a couple of things. We know that the Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors, they don't exactly love each other. We also know the team that's on the other side, the Houston Rockets, the Grizzlies, the Houston Rockets, and the Warriors. They don't exactly love each other. So whatever the outcome is, we are in for a heck of a first-round series here. It's decided through the play-in tonight. Still to come on NBA Today, Giannis, he's playing the best basketball of his career. But the question is, will it matter? Shams, he is back with the latest on his running mate, Damian Lillard.